What are you doing, sick bro?
So I posted a video not too long ago, and I was talking about black fatigue and bad parenting, and how there was like an old clip of the director of Boondocks, or the creator of Boondocks, were actually talking about how we had a moral, Black America had a moral cachet, and they would, they would somehow be able to use it to their advantage, right? But however, that currency of, the moral guilt currency that they once had, that, white America has been looking at Black America making a fool of themselves for, you know,
Part
decades.
of why the civil rights movement has been so successful, and part of why those who have come after in terms of our leadership have been able to maintain a presence, is that black people have always had a certain amount of moral currency that we have been using. And let me be the first to tell you, that's used up. White America has been watching us act like fools for a long enough time where any sympathy they may have had to our plight is completely gone. You're approaching a country that, forget hating black people or not hating black people, they just don't care. You can be talking about affirmative action, they can be like, I don't care. It literally is of no importance to me. I don't care about slavery. I don't care about segregation. I don't care about you. I don't care how many of you all go to jail. I don't care at all, because I'm broke.
Now, underneath this video, oh, by the way, shout out to Angry Man. I got this clip that you saw of Aaron from on his TikTok. But anyway, so I believe so a lady or someone actually left me a comment on it, because I made the comparison of a lot of these bad behavior that's happening, or this black fatigue, is a direct result to bad parenting. And let's pull out her comment real quick, because I want to address it, because I thought it was pretty cool. All right, so the user is by the name of Patrice Emos, right? So she said the homeowner had a right, but to say all unruly children are from parenting is false. There are parents that raise their children well, and that child began to make choices that have seen it in my own two eyes. So invalid statement. She was very direct, and she actually, I think she made a good point, because it's like one of those nuances that happen, and you don't think about it until either like it comes to you afterward, or somebody actually point that out, which is why I think it's awesome when you guys leave comments, because I get to see it, and sometimes it kind of reflect differently. And to which I even replied to her, and I said, that is actually a very valid point. I didn't think about the nuance in this argument. You are right. Simply blaming bad parenting takes away agency from these kids. Yeah, and I didn't think about it, because it's like I wasn't really because there's so many factors in our lives, right, to get us to where we are right now. Some could be genetics, some could be personal choices, some could be a reflection of our environment, and and in all of which, but at the end of the day, once you of age to know rights from wrong. I mean, you may still you may still having to navigate what is right and what is wrong, right? But however, this is where also environment comes from. Because, say for instance, if you grew up around people behaving a certain way, then therefore, if you don't behave that way, then you are now the oddball, right? I mean, I'm glad that the very hoodish culture is somewhat dying out. I mean, I don't like the fact that they try to kind of infeminize male, right? Young men and stuff like that, right? On pop culture. but however, the hood factor of it all, like, it's cool to, like, be a drug dealer. It's cool to do certain crazy thing. It's good. It's cool to be a hoodlum, right? It's like that culture, that aspect is slowly dying out, right? Which I'm happy, because when I see, like, my my friends' kids, they're like, very nerdy type of black Americans. And I think that's pretty awesome. And but now, as you stated, with the bad parenting things, and you are correct, because sometimes we, as parents, right? What we try to do as parents is that we break the cycle of our environment, the things that we felt like wasn't working growing up, right? Certain behavior from our parents, and then we learn from those behaviors, and then we try to implement it in our lives. And then when we're now doing the parenting, so we kind of add our own twist to it, right? The things that are not working, we just let it go, and the things that may work, then we actually implement them, and then we also try out a new method of parenting. But what happen if you come across parent that don't care? And I think that's the aspect I was touching on. Let's say parents, people who became parents because out of maybe selfish need, or sometimes accident happen, right? So parenting is very different from a lot of people, because you do have those who came from single parents home, everything, very stressed out, struggling, but he still comes out, great, awesome, despite the odds against him or her. And or sometimes you can have parents that gave so much opportunities to their kids, but they almost kind of rebelled against that, and then therefore they took a completely crazy path that actually led to their own destruction. So yeah, and me just blaming it simply on bad parenting kind of takes away their agency, as if, like, well, duh, they also had a say in how they rule their lives, right? And that's where I believe that you were like absolutely right on the matter. So yeah, thank you for your comment, and I appreciate it.
I swear this cotton stuff isn't even bad, man.
Oh God, these other guys are just lazy.
Hey guys, Masa said he's got some new fine shits coming in for us to breed with. I'm so excited. So, the 6'9" ninja took all the baddies, so now me and the homies are left with the chuz.